What's up, Soul Family? Coming at you with a love reading. As always, let's jump right in and see what comes out. We're going to be seeing what's coming up for love, how to navigate that, how to unblock yourself from receiving, if so, and I guess we're just going to see what kind of comes out from there. Starting out first with Hephaestus and the King of Wands, the Three of Pentacles. Maybe it's a situation in which somebody is being a little bit arrogant or too much in their mind or too full of themselves to see that they're wrong and you need to work things out. Maybe, who knows? Maybe it's a need for somebody to step into that masculine energy and to take charge of the situation to work things out. Could be either or. So yeah, I definitely feel like there's some need or some kind of conflict or something that we're trying to navigate through, and a need to take a quick breath or take a deep breath and relax before we approach the said situation. Yeah, so I think this could be one of two things. It could be either a guy that this reading is for, and it's guidance on you taking a step back and sitting and really assessing the situation before you move forward. Or maybe it's about an arrogant guy, and we're trying to figure out if it's worth dealing with him. But we will figure out in just a second as I kind of piece everything together. I'll do one more card. Yeah, everything's pointing towards a conflict in some way, shape, and form. So I'm really not too sure. It's one of two things for certain, though. So in the first case scenario, we have a divine masculine figure. So in this case, it seems like this is the guy who is working and putting effort into resolving things and working things out and trying to repair whatever connection there is. It's like the Three of Pentacles in a context of a relationship, especially the Five of Wands, usually points towards trying to reconcile, trying to repair, trying to fix things. And I'd like to think that maybe this person is putting a lot of effort into it. They are really comfortable stepping up into the role of being a leader, really being empowered to make those choices or kind of try to, be the delegator or the person who's actually trying to show the maturity to resolve these issues. And I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune, especially, this is something that's happened consistently. So I think because of the fact that you've put so much time and effort into every time there's been an issue, resolving it, every time there's been an issue, resolving it, it's kind of like you're getting almost to the point in which you're trying to maybe consider if it's still worth doing such every time. It's like you're trying to reassess, is this worth the energy? Should I really be putting all this time and effort into repairing something that seems to constantly go pretty much awry or, not to the best way, so to speak. I think you've been more than calm in this situation. I think you've been the one who's actually taken a step back, taken a pause, and really approached it from a very level-headed, grounded perspective. But I don't think your attempts to resolve it have been seen as, or have been received, I should say. And again, if it doesn't have to necessarily be like a guy, it could be a guy or somebody who has masculine energy or somebody who is a little bit more dominant or a little bit more empowered to kind of be the more, I guess, be in the more leadership type role in the relationship. So I mean, part of me feels like maybe there is a need for a change, and maybe it's not that the connection has to end. Maybe it is. Maybe it's time to, walk away from it. Maybe the connection itself is kind of done or let its or ran its course. But it could also simply mean that there has to be a way that things have to shift within this connection and that you guys are expecting, or how you guys are experiencing it and how you guys are approaching it. Maybe there has to be a genuine attempt from the other party to meet you halfway and to actually do the do the work to not cause all this conflict, or to be open and receptive to at least repairing or resolving what issues are at hand. And if that's not the case, then it could be the scenario of you dealing with somebody who is very much too empowered or too strong in their masculine energy. It's kind of like the tyrant king or the mad emperor, or the energy of somebody who is so full of themselves or so egoic or so sure of themselves that they're not allowing other perspectives or other people to kind of come through. It's like when somebody is trying too hard to be a leader, or they believe that a leader is somebody who doesn't allow other perspectives or allow other people to be heard or seen. It's like almost like the energy of somebody who is trying to control too much, or trying to be almost like a dictator. It's like trying to rule with an iron fist versus understanding the concepts of what an actual leader has. So then, as a result of this, then it's causing all this conflict, it's causing all this frustration, it's causing all this back and forth, all these arguments, all these this tension, so to speak, in the relationship. And I don't think it's necessarily inherently like the worst arguments or the worst things. The Five of Wands tends to most times be a little bit more on the docile side, or I wouldn't say docile, but it's not usually as exacerbated as the Five of Swords. But it can be. It very well can be. But I don't think that it's done out of ill intention, just out of maybe a little bit of ignorance. So I see that there is the intention to try and work things out and to resolve them and to repair them and to have things kind of get taken care of. The Three of Pentacles is all about collaboration and working towards a shared goal and intention. So I think both you guys might have the intention to repair it. Or it's pointing towards, if there is not that intention, then that needs to be mindful. You need to be mindful of that you're not just trying to force a scenario that you are trying to resolve and the other party is not taking part in fixing or changing or doing what they need to do to resolve whatever issue. One way or another, I think this connection has or needs to change in some shape, form, and in some capacity. Like, there is a need for change. It's just a matter of how it gets done. In very odd cases, the Wheel of Fortune could be pointing towards external influences. So I've seen this card pop up when people have had, like, say, friends or family members kind of chime in and put their 2 cents in when it comes to the scenario or the connection. And that could be also sometimes causing or affecting that relationship. But it really just depends on, I guess what's happening within your scenario. You would typically know. But I guess at the end of the day, above all else, what is required to move forward is change, be it in how this connection is experienced, be it in how you guys are connected at all, or even if it's simply you moving on and leaving this connection behind. Sometimes we have to do what we have to do, and sometimes, especially after trying so frequently, it's like, you're trying again and again and again and again. You're on the same cycle of trying to repair the same thing over and over and over again. At what point do you kind of just let something go and move forward from it? To fix something, it takes both parties, it takes both sides to come together and then put effort and intention towards that. So if you feel like you've been running on the wheel endlessly and tirelessly, then maybe now is the time to simply jump off. Peace and blessings, everyone, and I hope you guys have a great night.